Jerome, my friend, thank you so much for reaching out. I'm sorry, I'm just now getting back to your message that you left me. I really, really appreciate it. I also, too, hope that you're having a great day today. And thank you for your comment on the Success Symbols podcast that I did. I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate your outlook on it. You know, as far as you're right, you are happy now, and definitely, brother, I can see you as a 7-figure income earner, so not a problem. One day we'll have to get together on our private jets and go someplace. Have a great day, my friend.
Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
Have you been thinking of retirement? Pondering that one fateful day in the future when you will finally be able to retire? Perhaps you still have parents on this earth who are alive today that still work jobs as well, and you want to retire them. Or maybe you were brought up like I was, in school and the education system, to believe that when we come out of school, we just go to college. When we come out of college, we just get a good job. And then we get a good job and we work and we work and we rise up until we retire. Well, I too have thought about this. And coming up through school, coming up in different odd jobs here and there where, I mean, the list goes on and on. Maze room operator, American Ninja Warrior instructor, kids guide teacher, zipline tour guide, all sorts of different DJ and karaoke, all sorts of different odd jobs that I worked, hoping that I would get enough income to just get something started so that I would be on the fast track to one day in the far future somehow retire, right? Well, my idea of retirement has started to change over the years. Coming into contact with things like Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, doing different ventures like network marketing, and just by way of the people who inspired me and got me to think a little bit differently. I got this concept from Dan Lok and Ray Mayor. Ray Mayor being the famous breatharian. You can check him out on YouTube. And Dan Lok as well, high-ticket investor or high-ticket salesman. And this is the concept of what retirement means. Now ask yourself this question. If you had all the money in the world, if money was no object for you, if you had everything that you ever wanted, millions of dollars, complete abundance, money was no option, would you still work the same amount of hours you do today? Would you still work the same amount of days per week that you do right now? If the answer is yes, my friend, I have some news for you. You are already retired. You're retired. You're already retired. You do what you want. You go to work because you want to. Not because you have to, but that's what you want to do. That's what you are choosing to do. If money was no option, if you didn't need the money, and you would still work as much as you are today, then you're already retired. Why wait until the fateful day when you are 65 or 67 or whatever the age is nowadays to somehow retire and be able to live the life that you want later? Why put off tomorrow what you can do today? It was amazing to me that I found myself sitting in a library parking lot one day, just wondering, pondering to myself, doing some thinking and just, figuring out, okay, I want to put out this content to people. I want to continue to inspire the world and impact this generation and the next. I have all these lofty goals, but then I also want to be able to live a life where I can just do what I want. I want to be able to live a life where I could just go hiking at any moment's notice. Just drop everything and just go. And then something hit me out of nowhere, either from inside or outside. I don't know where the voice came from, but a voice told me, then just do it. Why not do it now? Just live the life you want today. And it was so strange. It was it was as though I had hit an epiphany. A moment, a sudden realization for me where it was just an aha. Why don't I just live that life now? Instead of putting that life that I want to live, the life where I can just do whatever I want, whenever I want, go wherever I want, spend time with whoever. Why not just start living that life today? It was a game changer for me. Wherever that thought came from, I'm eternally grateful and thankful, because it changed my whole perspective on retirement. So, my friend, once again, if you are able to do the things that you want to do, and money was no option, if you would work the same amount that you work today, you're already retired. Forget about it. Forget about a later date. You're retired now. Just start to open your mind. Because if you are listening to this podcast, I already assume that you are open-minded. I already assume that you are someone who is expanding in ways that you and I could have only imagined years ago. It is not by accident that you found this episode. This episode is for you. It's to let you know that the life you want tomorrow, you've got to live today. Dan Locke let me know that his concept, or the concept he was led to believe of retirement, that chilling on the beach and just doing whatever, he found that for him, since everyone is different, it was a lost cause. He got bored out of his mind. The first month after he was financially independent, at 27, he was a multi-millionaire. And he went to the beach and just chilled on the beach and relaxed. And he said the first day, it was nice. He enjoyed it. People cycling, people running on the beach, people enjoying themselves. He just relaxed, sunbathed. But then the next day, he did it again. And then the next day, he did it again. And it became suffering. he became bored out of his mind. He was craving something more. He said, this is it? This is the life that I wanted? This retirement, this being able to just be out on the beach, just lamping to myself, this is what I worked so hard for? It was a fake out. He realized when he finally got what he thought he wanted, he didn't want it as much as he thought. It wasn't what he truly imagined. So after that month on the beach, he said, you know what? No more beach. I'm done with that. The next month, he said, I like movies. And so he started to watch movies. And at home, he had a big old screen TV, huge theater at his house, home theater. And he started watching 6 movies at a time, 6 movies a day. And he says, I don't know about you, and I love movies, but you start to watch 6 movies a day for a whole month, you don't like movies so much anymore. So even that bored him. Till one day, craving a solution, he talked to his mentor who told him, you got to get back to work. You got to start another business. And he said, no way. I worked so hard so that I don't have to work. I don't want to start another business. But his mentor said, you have to. You must. Because true satisfaction, like Anne Frank said, laziness may be tempting, but true satisfaction comes from work. Anne Frank said it best. Growth and contribution to the world, being able to give, may that give us the utmost satisfaction. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to enjoy spending the rest of my life being retired. And instead of retiring from, Dan Locke says, we should think of retiring to. So instead of retiring from his work, he retired to his work. He retired to his business. He's already good. Just like Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart always says to his fans, I'm already good, deep divers. I'm already good. I've already created abundance. Now, since he's already made it, he's just continuing to make it every day, continuing to share, continuing to grow and learn, and continuing to provide something for the people who believed in him. So what will you provide today? My greatest inspiration has been my parents. Seeing my mom still working today, even after she has retired, years after she has retired, has been such inspiration for me in more ways than I ever knew. I thought that I was working not only so I could be free, but to finally let my mom live the life that I thought she deserved. Until one of her associates told me, that's a lost cause. Don't work so that your mom can retire. What you don't know is she enjoys the work. She doesn't want to do nothing. She wants to continue working. She likes this. And when he finally broke it down to me like that and got me to see that what I wanted, what I desired, and the life that I thought my parents deserved to live was so minuscule, so tiny in comparison to the life that they are already living. Shout out to you, Mom, and you too, Dad. Love you both. You who are listening, may you retire today and don't put off the life you want till tomorrow. Thank you for listening. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP. That is the Open Palm Podcast here in Lake Elsinore, California. The Open Palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray that you received an encouraging message today that opened your mind and got you to think a little bit differently about this word that we use, that we throw around called retirement. Share this message with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing like you, becoming their greatest version. If you are listening to this for the first time and just finding this podcast, definitely subscribe as I post inspiring messages and positive, motivating content on this podcast every single day. And if you are watching this replay on YouTube, hit that red button and subscribe there as well, as that is much appreciated and you will find more content each and every day. The best way to support this podcast, as people have asked, is to open your browser, going to anchor.fm/jshaw, and becoming a supporter there is much appreciated. You can also become a patron on patreon.com/Jerome Shaw. Have a blessed day or night, wherever you are, my friend. Take care.